Sunday. And before I start today's story time, I want to show you guys first my shirt. It says girl power on it. I think it's very cute. It's at Forever 21, just saying. And I also want to say that today I woke up with 190 subscribers and I am so happy. I am so excited. I'm so happy. And yeah, so I think we should get to 250 subscribers, because at 250 I want to do a giveaway, and then at 500 I have another giveaway planned. So if you're not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, then go ahead and click the little bell icon so you guys can be notified every time I post a new video. Anyway, enough of the shameless self-promo. Today's story time is a back to school story time because it's back to school season, and you know, I don't know, I just thought it'd be fitting. So I'm gonna tell you guys just a story time, of course. So this story time takes place when I was in middle school / high school. So my mom met my stepdad when I was around 9 years old, and he lived with us for a while. So he didn't like live with us because he like had his own place, but like he like stayed with us every day anyway. So he would work, he worked like about 45 minutes to an hour from where we lived. So he would make that drive twice, so like going to work and coming back. And he was getting tired of driving all that, so he was telling my mom we need to move closer to work, to where I work. And my mom only worked as a delivery driver, so his job paid more and her didn't. So they started looking at houses. We lived in Miami at the time, and they started looking at houses in Broward, which is about 45 minutes where he worked. And I was very sad because I grew up in Miami and all my friends were in Miami, and I didn't know any people in Broward. So they start looking, and at first they wanted me to move like halfway between my 8th grade year, and I'm like, I'm about to finish middle school, just let me finish middle school at the school, let me do everything, and then I'll move. So I was very sad that I was leaving all my friends, and they eventually found a house in Sunrise, Florida, and I moved, and I was very depressed. I didn't want to go to school there. I only applied to one high school. Well, there was like the home school, like the school that corresponds to you, and then there was magnet schools, and I applied to magnet school because my mom didn't want me going to that school because she didn't really like it. So I only applied to one school in Broward, and I think you were allowed to apply to 2 or something. And then I applied to schools in Miami just in case I didn't get into any schools in Broward. I could live with someone in Miami and just go to school there. So I applied to 5 schools in Miami and then 1 school in Broward. And I was hoping so much that I would not get accepted to this one school, because I did not want to go to school there. I wanted to go to school with all my friends and just like be happy, you know. And of course Natalia got accepted to the school in Broward. So I cried and I moved my little sad ass 45 minutes north to Sunrise, Florida. So I moved, and the summer is one of the best summers of my life, to be honest. Well, I don't know, like it was pre-high school, and it was like before I had to work and before I had summer school. So I had a brand new pool, so I like got in the pool, my friends stayed over, like my mom got married. It was like awesome. The summer was very good, but I knew that school would start and I would be very sad. So the night before school started, I cried myself to sleep. I basically cried the whole night. I was so sad. I did not want to go to school. I did not want to start high school without my friends, and it was just very sad for me. So I wake up in the morning around 4 in the morning, and I get ready for school, and I'm so depressed. I just do not want to go, and I'm just hoping it's a terrible school, because my mom said, I think my mom had promised me that if I didn't like it in 1 year, I could go to school in Miami or something like that. I don't remember. So I get ready, and I'm like, I'm not gonna like it. I'm gonna transfer to Miami. That's what my thought. I get all pretty, because even if I don't like it, I still want to look cute, you know. So my mom drives me to the bus, and I get on the bus and I meet Quincy. Dun dun dun. No, I'm kidding. And I meet other people. I had seen one of the girls or one of the boys, I'm not sure if one of the girls from orientation was on my bus, and I saw people, and people were friendly. Quincy and like this other guy talked to me, like just to be friendly, and they were asking me questions. And the day goes on, and you know, it's a normal first day. Everybody's new, but it was very sad for me because everybody knew at least one person from their middle school. Everyone already had at least one person to have lunch with, but I knew no one. None of the people I knew from high school were going to the school because I was in a completely new county. So I was very sad, and I was thinking, well, I do not want to be like Mean Girls. I do not want to be like Katie. That's her name, right? Caddy or Katie, whatever, in Mean Girls. That is her first day of school and she has lunch in the bathroom. That's the only thing that played through my head. The whole thing I'm thinking all day is I'm scared for lunch. I'm scared that I'm gonna get my lunch and then just have no one to talk to because I didn't make any friends and sit by myself and just be like this lonely girl at school. So I'm going through all my classes and I'm just like scared the whole day that it's gonna be a terrible day and I'm gonna have to sit by myself. And I get to my, I think it's third period class or something, and I sit next to this one girl. Well, not because I wanted to, but because it was alphabetical order. And we start talking and she's nice or whatever, and she's on my bus and I recognize her from my bus, and so we're just talking and she's cool. And like, this sounds really bad, but like when I was younger, I like only wanted to be friends with like pretty girls for some reason, or pretty people, and that sounds really bad, and like I would not do that now because I have friends that aren't like necessarily pretty. But that's the way I thought when I was a freshman in high school. So she was pretty, so I was like, oh, I can be friends with her. So we just talked in class or whatever. After that class was lunch, so I'm in lunch line and she happens to be in front of me in the lunch line, and I'm like, okay, this is my chance to talk to someone and make friends with someone because I do not want to sit alone. So she's friends with this other girl that also rode my bus, and they're talking, and I guess they went to middle school together. So, well, I know they went to middle school together, but like this is my thinking, like, oh, they probably knew each other from middle school. So they're talking and I'm standing behind them. I'm just standing there like sad. I think I'm on my phone or something like that. Oh man, I feel like throwing up. I just like threw up in my mouth. That was disgusting. Anyway, so I don't know what happened or like how this happens, but I think they looked at me or they asked me something or I asked them something, I don't know. And I was like, oh, I think your hair's pretty. I said to her. She's like, oh, your hair's pretty too, or something like that. And we just started talking. And then they were in the lunch line, like the actual, like the government lunch, like the shitty lunch that they give to prisoners lunch. So at my school, they had food that, like the government food that was shitty, like no one liked. And then my school had a culinary program, which was a tech program, that had like gourmet meals, like awesome, delicious meals. They served like anything you can think of. Like they had, like I can't even explain. Their food was really good. They had like gourmet desserts, and then they had like fries and like burgers and other things, and then like professional like ass food like shrimp alfredo and shit like that. And then they also had pizza like somewhere else. So they look at me and they're like, oh, we're gonna go get pizza, you want to get pizza? And I'm like, yes, please, thank God, because they were like walking away kind of, and they like last minute they look at me and they're like, you want pizza? And I'm like, yes, I don't have to sit by myself. Yes, God has answered my prayers, thank God. Like I'm like, you know, like, yes, thank God. So I said yes, and my mom had given me money that day to get lunch. So I was like, yes, I have money, I can pay for this pizza, I'm so happy. So we walk to the pizza line, I get myself a pizza, we sit down at this table by the pizza place, and we just hit it off right away. Like she's in my class, so like I'm thinking she goes on my bus, and that means she lives close to me. That means we can be friends because she lives close to me, and my mom will drop me off, and if she doesn't drop me off, then I can walk to her house. And I'm talking really fast, but I'm just excited. And then I'm also thinking she's in my third period class, which means that we have the same, like, well, everybody had the same lunchtime, but that means we can like walk to lunch together, which means that it's gonna be easier for me to find them, so it's gonna be cool. So we immediately like became friends, and we were really close friends that year. Like we had this, our bus driver was really cool, and she didn't really care like where she dropped us off really. So sometimes I would ask her to drop me off, like if I could get off at her bus stop, which was one stop before mine, and she'd be like, oh, is your mom okay with it? And I'd be like, yeah. Or she'd be like, oh, I just show her text from my mom, be like, oh yeah, she's okay. And then she would drop me off there. Or once she even dropped me off in front of my house one day, which was really weird, but like it was like nice, like I didn't have to walk from the bus stop to my home. And we were really close that year, and you know, it was cool. But then like years went on and we kind of stopped being close because she got this one boyfriend, and I'm not trying to say like, oh, she got a boyfriend and she changed, but like she had a boyfriend, she got this one boyfriend, and she kind of stopped hanging out with us, like with me. Well, she hung out with other people, but with me, and then she started hanging out with other people, and like she like became cool. Well, I think she was kind of, we were kind of cool freshman year. Like to be freshmen, we were like, I think we were cool. What do you think? Do you think we were cool freshmen? He nodded his head like this. But yeah, we were cool, and yeah, and then my mom and her mom became friends, and they still hang out. And it's kind of weird because it's not that we're not friends and we don't hate each other, but like we don't talk anymore. So like whenever like my mom has something and I have to like go with her to her house, it's like weird because she's there and like she doesn't even say hi, which is rude. But yeah, I don't even know what else to say. So if you're starting high school for the first time, don't be scared. High school it's just school. And half the shit that happened in high school, you're gonna forget it after high school. It's not that big of a deal. Like, I remember when I was in high school and drama was happening or something, like, I felt like it was the end of the world, and I just, like, it was so intense. But after high school, you won't even remember half the stuff that happened. Like, I can't even remember half the shit that happened to me in high school. It's 4 years, but you'll get over it, and it's fun. Just make the best of it, enjoy your time. Also, make sure you go to all the events. Like, I remember when I was in high school, I never went to any of the events because I was like, oh, that's lame, I don't want to go. But then I regret it after, like, when I'm graduating, I regretted not going to a lot of the events because I wanted to have these good memories, and I just never went. So I made sure that my senior year, I went to all the events I could go to so I could have, like, great memories. But just make sure you go and you, like, go to events and things like that, and, like, rep your school, because it's the memories you're gonna keep. And same thing would apply to college, because you just want to have good memories. You want to remember your years in college, like, through these things that you did, not through, like, being at home studying. Like, that's not fun. You want to enjoy the time while you have it, because trust me, 4 years go by flying. Like, one moment you're a freshman in the first day of school, the next moment you're graduating, and you're like, where did this time go? I'm getting so nostalgic. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this video, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
I just wanna rollie with a dapper ranch. I already got some designer to hold on my pants. I just want some ice on my wrist so I look better when I dance.